Hello, hello, hello. Cindy here. Just went for a beautiful walk down to the beach and popped my feet in, and it was about an hour walk, and I really enjoyed it. But I experienced something really interesting along the way, and I want to share with you because it's really about inviting up your shadow self and inviting up that shadow queen and that shadow king that we really need to get clear with in order to move forward. It's important that if you want to evolve and you want to get rid of your crap and you want to start to up-level your life, you've got to understand your shadow side, because we've all got one. You've got to know when it shows up. You've got to know what it's calling you to do. You've also got to know what it looks like and how you behave in that moment so that you can shift and change something in order to not get the same outcome. So I was I was walking. My family was driving, they met me there. I was walking to the beach, and there was this couple, and they must have been, thinking about 53 or something like that. And they're on their bikes, and they'd clearly just left to their street where they lived, and the gentleman had his fluorescent orange cape on so that, all cars could see him, and the lady was on her bike and she had their backpack. Obviously they'd packed themselves ready for an outing with the water bottles in, and they were ready to start their ride, and they'd got to the end of the street, and one wanted to go one way and one wanted to go the other. So I was watching this play out, and they decided that they were going to go the same way together toward the beach. And about 20 meters down the road, all of a sudden the woman started to the only way I can describe this is go back into a shadow space that probably had been a pattern of behavior since childhood, and almost chucked like a tantrum and stopped on her bike and yelled at her partner and turned around and rode back home. And I was watching this and I thought, I wonder what's going to happen here. And so the man, clearly, you could see, was wanting to ride, because he started to keep going, and then he thought, oh, I better turn around and go back. And he followed her. And beautiful, obviously, he's supporting her. But what I want to say to you about that is there's so much childhood patterning that goes on inside of us that as the adult, we react and behave in certain ways based on our childhood behavior. So in that time when things aren't going your way, right? And this will happen to all of us, and they're not going your way. How do you deal with it? If you're not getting what you want, or the outcomes aren't being met the way you would like them to be, what do? Do you chuck that tantrum and run away, or do you stay in that moment, and really talk it out and be honest and going, in this moment I feel like I am not being heard, and I really like to be heard because it allows me to feel like I've got a voice, right? And so I'm going to invite you all to have a look at your shadow in the moment, in that very specific moment when you're not getting what you want. What do you do? What's your behavior? Is it to make someone else feel like they're not good enough, so by yelling at them, or that they're wrong, or do you run away and hide? And I know I've talked about this a lot, but there's so many people who still run on the same patterns of behavior, and nothing shifts in your world. You cannot create a new level of being from the same level of existence that created it. You have to change something. So I'm inviting you to have a look at that shadow part of you in that very moment. We've got shadows everywhere. There are archetypes within us all over the place. But that very moment when you don't get your own way, what do you do? What is that shadow king or that shadow queen calling out for you to look at? It'll be a behavior, because it's time to shift it. It's time to bring light to it so it can evolve and evolve you. Hope you have an amazing weekend. I'm about to go and have a country barn dance / festival with one of my friends' 40th. So I'm going to go and enjoy that and have a lot of fun. And hi everybody, much love for all of you. Just go back and watch the beginning of this video and see how important it is to know what your shadow does in that moment of not getting your own way. And let me know about it. Just post in the comments, what does your shadow do? Okay, take care. Bye for now.